Hi, in this particular video, we are going to talk about approximating fractions. Here, I am given 1789 by 762 and that is what I am trying to approximate. Now, for doing this, I will discuss a few techniques. I am not saying that one of them is correct or one of them is better than the other. It's just various ideas. You can use any of them as per your convenience or depending upon the questions. See, one basic tip that I like to give you about approximating fractions is that your approximation should be as good or as bad as the options. If your options are very far apart, you can do very bad approximations and get by. But if your options are close, you need to do good approximations. Say for example, if my options were very far, I can just look at it and say, okay, 762 by 1789, it's somewhere between 2 and 3. Because double of this will be somewhere around 1500 and triple of this will be somewhere around 2200. So it lies 1789 lies somewhere in between, which means my answer will be somewhere around 2.5. But that would be a very bad approximation. Slightly better is when you take them closest to maybe a 2-digit or a 3-digit number. So let's say I can approximate the numerator to 1800 and the denominator to 750, which if you think about it, 1800 is 1.8 into 1000 or it becomes 1.8 into 4 by 3, a much better approximation of the same. So 3 and 1.8 cancel, giving me 0.6, comes out as 2.4. So 2.5 was a bad one, 2.4 is a better one. Now let's look at how to approximate it in an even better format. So what I can do is maybe reduce the problem a little bit. See, this is 1789 and in the denominator I have 762. So definitely it is something more than double. Doubling something is not very difficult. What will be the double of 1762? That will be 1524. 76 double is 152 and 2 is 4. Which leaves me with, how much does it leave me with? So this is 5, this is 6 and this gives me 265. Now all I need to do is find out 265 by 762, which shouldn't be that difficult. 250 by 750 is around 1/3. So 265 by 762 would be how much? 250 by 750 is 1/3. This will be very close to 1/3. So I can maybe take this as 0.33. And if I take this as 0.33, I already had a 2. So a better answer would have been 2.33. Another approximation, let's try and look at that. So what I can do here, and this is probably the best way. Now I know that for 1789 by 762, I can just look at it and say that my answer is going to be roughly around 2.5. And if I know that, I can maybe reduce some values or add some values. What I'm trying to say is, if I reduce the denominator by 12, why am I reducing the denominator by 12? Because then I will be able to get 750 in the denominator. If I go ahead and do that, what should I remove from the numerator? If I remove the same value from the numerator, it is not really going to help me. So I should remove 2.5 times of this value. So what I should ideally do is I should remove 12 into 2.5 is 30. I should remove 30, but let me remove 29 instead. Why 29? Because it would give me a much better and an easier figure to play around with. So these two fractions, the one given to me originally and the one that I have obtained now, are more or less equal to each other. If I had done, if I want to calculate this, I can do that very simply by this becoming as 1.76 into 4 by 3 and then I divide 1.76 by 3. What will I get? I'll get 0.5 and then 26, so that will mean 86666. So I can take this as 0.587 and then I try and calculate 0.587. That will be 8 carry over 2, 8 into 4 is 32, so that is 4 carry over 3 and I get the value as 2.348. Now, as you might see, this is a much better and a much more realistic approximation of the value that we have been trying to figure out. The last one, as I said, is the best possible method to get to the closest answer. Let's try out again. This time, instead of removing a particular value, what I will try to do is I will try to increase it. So what should I increase 762 by? I should increase it by 38. How does that benefit me? That benefits me by making the denominator as 800. And once I have the denominator as 800, it will obviously be an easy calculation. Now, how much is 38 into 2.5? 38 into 2 is 76 and another 19 makes it 95. 1889 plus 95 would be 1884. But let me take 1880 instead, a little lesser than that. Why? Easier calculations, no other reason. So if I take 1880, one of the zeros cancels, 188 by 8, that's all I need to do. So that will be very easy to calculate. 18 by 8 is 16 goes, 28 is left. So in 28, I get by 8, so I'll get a 3 and then 4 would be left, so 2.35. So once again, I'm getting very close to the actual answer. So this method, as well as the method that we used here, which gave us 2.348, are much better ways of approximating, where you reduce the denominator and the numerator in the same ratio, or you increase the numerator and denominator in the same ratio. You could have also used the other methods, which give us roughly the correct answers as 2.33 or 2.4 or 2.5. Once again, your approximation should depend upon what are your options. I hope you enjoyed this session. Please provide feedback at my email ID, which is ravihanda@gmail.com. Thank you.